The fishermen in this story were not like participants in a free enterprise system. Like, I think that that's an easy thing for us to think. Again, cultural gap. So at this time, the fishing industry in this particular area would have been fully under the control of the Roman Empire, okay? All fishing would be state regulated for the benefit of the wealthy urban elite who did not live in the actual fishing community. So Simon, Andrew, James, and John that we see in this narrative, they would have been part of like a family fishing enterprise, okay? And that enterprise would be under the thumb of the empire. A license would be required to fish, and Rome collected taxes on every fish that was caught in the Sea of Galilee. And most of the fish that were caught were actually exported out of the communities that they were caught in. And the system just exploited and deprived these local communities who had no choice but to participate in the system to survive. This was like the resource that they had that was wanted. So this is the context of the fishermen Jesus first calls to follow him and learn how to fish for people. This is the socioeconomic context. I also read some of the works of another theologian and biblical historian named Ched Myers. And he, in his studies, he writes that the phrase fishing for men or fishing for people already actually had a long history for the Jewish people. That phrase already meant something. Now, we know that Jesus knew the scriptures well, okay? And Myers suggests that Jesus actually may have been referencing prophets in the Hebrew scriptures who use that metaphor, like hooking a fish, as a euphemism for enacting judgment upon the powerful and wealthy who exploit the poor and the marginalized. So, when Jesus invites Simon, Andrew, James, and John to learn to fish for people, maybe that means he's not just inviting them to make more disciples, which is true, I think, but maybe it's also to join him in his mission to overturn the existing social order of power and privilege and exploitation, and to recognize that, as Matthew 4:17 says, the kingdom has come near and that the reign of God is at hand.